There we are. And if you've been on this webinar before, you'll notice the background's different. I gave up my office to my middle daughter so she can have her own room. Now I'm in the basement with the 70s paneling. So still trying to get the lighting right, and this is her hat, which is why it's so snug on my head, because her head's about half the size of mine. But I was trying to be festive. So, okay. I still see people joining, but we're going to get going since it's 12:01. Thanks for joining. Another webinar, number 4. This one's going to be on link building. As you can see here on the screen, link building workshop for natural health practitioners. We've gone over a few different topics just some housekeeping before I get into this. If you go to our YouTube channel, you'll see, if you go to playlists, you'll see the 3 that we've done. Okay. Next one we're going to do is on content marketing. Okay. So that'll make number 5. And so if you go to our YouTube channel, you will see all the webinars that we have done if you want to watch them. Well, as always, we will be done by 12:30 or sooner. If you don't know who we are, my name is Ryan. Run a company called Functional Medicine SEO, Google Ads, website support and design, content for natural health practitioners, functional medicine, integrative health, aesthetics, etc. And so if you go to functionalmedicinesseo.com, you can see everything that we do. That's all I will say about that. But I do want to mention one other thing. If you're looking to be interviewed, I run another business called Morning Upgrade. This is more like a passion project. I mean, it is a business, but it's more of a passion project that I will just continue to grow. It's about personal development, entrepreneurship. It's a blog, it's a podcast. I've got a book. I'm mentioning it because I would like to interview you if you're interested. If you go down here and you click on see all episodes, or if you go to up here, go to podcast and then listen, I've got like I'll show you. I don't know what episode, 123 episodes. And so 15, 20 minutes. It's a quick interview. It's a lot of fun, honestly. I love doing it. So if you want to be interviewed, as my voice cracks, if you want to be interviewed, just shoot us off an email. Where? Ryan at functionalmedicineseo.com. Okay. That is all about that. So let's get into this webinar. So I've got another screen to my right. I've got my notes. So if you see me looking around, that's why. Let me bring this up. Okay, let's get started. So link building, that's the topic for today. What are links? So link building, or links, I should say, it's another site linking to you. So if site A links to site B, that is a link, or the site A link and site B is a link. And as you can see, Keely is typing in the doc. And then if you want this document with the notes, just shoot her off an email at Keely at functionalmedicineseo.com, and she will send you a PDF. Okay, everything will be in the stock. So another website linking to another website, that's a backlink. And why it's important, it's usually called link or backlink. It's they're the same, they mean the same thing. So it's another site linking to another site. It's a site linking to another site. And the reason that's important is because Google looks at that as a vote. So if site A is linking to site B, in their eyes, they count that as a vote. So they're linking to the site for a reason. It's a reference. It adds value to the content. There's different ways to create links. We're going to go over that. We're going to go over, examples of links, how to build links. But think of it as a vote. If let's say you're creating a blog post and you link to another blog on the same topic, you're doing that for a reason, because it adds value to your content, or you think your audience should see it. And so that, in Google's eyes, is like a vote for the site that you're linking to. Now, if we were having this webinar 10 years ago, honestly, all you had to do for SEO was build links. It didn't matter how crappy they were, honestly, as many as you can do. It was much easier than it is now. Now SEO is a much more holistic approach, which is why we're doing all these videos on like maps and keyword optimization of your pages, keyword research, link building, content. It's a much more holistic approach, but there's still links, at least as of this recording, as of this workshop, they're still a part of Google's algorithm, which is why we're doing this. Yes, I'm going to give you examples of links. So this will be more concrete, but just in your head, think of, if you're linking to another site, that is a backlink, and Google looks at that as a vote for the site that you are linking to. Okay. I mentioned about how links have changed over the years. Really now it's more about like quality over quantity, variety. We like to focus on variety when we're building links for our clients. Of course, if you put out good content over time, you're going to get links naturally. Okay, let's say you create this great blog post on something, functional medicine, something, especially like trends and research type stuff does very well. Eventually someone's going to link to it. They're going to find it and you're like, oh, this is really neat. I need to cite this stat or whatever. And they're going to link to it. And so putting out really good content will give you links over time, but we try to focus on quality over quantity, variety, like different sources. And that's why I'm going to give you, how many do I have here? Like 5 or 6 examples here of different types of links that you can get. Okay. One term you need to know that I want to share here. You may have heard of it before. It's called anchor text. If you start building links, and creating links for your site, you're going to hear this term. You may have already heard it. So I want to bring it to your attention so you know what it means. Anchor text is the clickable part of a link in text that goes to the site that you're linking to. I don't feel like that makes sense. So let me show you what I mean. So many tabs open here. Goodness, where am I going? Here we go. Okay, so this is our services page for functional medicine SEO. I want to show you an example of anchor text. Okay, here we go. So here, this is an internal link. Okay, and internal links are important. Okay, so I want to mention that now's a good time to mention that. Internal links are like what you're seeing right here. This just goes to, if I click on it, it goes to the Google My Business page of our site. So that is an internal link. Okay, so internal links are important too. The stuff that we're going to go over with examples, those are external links, backlinks, external links. There are links that go to sites that you don't own. They're third-party sites. Okay, external links. Internal links are links that go to another page on your site, and those are important. Okay, so you definitely want to be doing those. So you can see here, like we're talking about our monthly SEO package. We mentioned Google My Business, which is now Google Business. I have to update that, but this is an internal link. So I'm mentioning it, and so I'm going to link over. And so when Google crawls this page, they see the internal link, and it just helps the crawlability of the site. And it does pass like the SEO juice around the site, because typically you're internal linking to important pages of your site. That makes sense, like this example. So, internal links, blogs are perfect for that. When you're creating a blog, make sure you're internal linking to the services you mentioned in the blog or pages that you mentioned. Internal link blogs are perfect for that. But you can do it with service pages too. Like you see right here, this is a service page linking to another service page because it makes sense. Okay, so I want to mention internal links because they are important and they're very, it's low hanging fruit because you control the site. So you can, you control the site, so you can easily add internal links to your content. So going back to anchor text. So this right here, Google My Business SEO, that is the anchor text. Okay, Google My Business SEO. It's the clickable part of the link that is called anchor text. This right here, this whole this thing optimizing your website with keywords, that's the anchor text. Building backlinks, that's the anchor text. So when someone says anchor text, they mean the clickable part of a link. Okay, that either goes to another page on your site or it goes to another website or another blog or a site that third-party site. So that's anchor text. I'm gonna close this out just to streamline my browser here. Okay. This is actually going to be a pretty quick webinar, unless you have questions, which I should have mentioned that. If you have questions, in a toolbar in the bottom right, I'm not in the bottom, there's a Q&A button. If you click on that and you add questions, we will get to them at the end, because I'm guessing I'm probably going to be wrapping this up in about 10 minutes. So we'll have 10 minutes for questions and answers, if there are any. Okay, so just click on the Q&A and then you can ask your question. Try to keep it short and sweet, and the easier, the better. Okay. All right. So the types of links that we're going to be showing you here, there's like a lot of different ways to build links. We've already talked about 2 of them: internal links, and then creating good content that gets links naturally. I mean, that one's a little fuzzier because you're kind of just hoping that you get links. But generally speaking, if you build a really good piece of content, especially around well, three things: either trends or stats or a really big blog post that just has a lot of meat to it. Generally, over time, they will get links from other sites. It's pretty common. So definitely recommend you do that. But in terms of other types of links that you can get, okay, I'm just going to rattle them off and then I'm going to give you examples. I have them to my right here. I don't have them memorized, so that's why I'm looking off to the right. Conferences, like exhibiting at conferences, sponsorships, sponsoring event. Okay. I see Keely typing very fast. Donations. Okay. I'm gonna give you examples, so don't worry about you'll see a lot of examples. Associations, local events, guest posts, press releases, local directories. I think I have examples for most of these. Okay. For the ones I don't, I'm going to tell you what it is. So conferences, sponsorships, donations, associations, local events, guest posts, press releases, and then local directories. Okay. So let's go through some of these, give you actual live examples so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. So conferences. No, that's not it. Here we go. Conferences. We exhibited at the WorldLink Medical Show in Utah recently, or back in May. So typically when you exhibit at a trade show or a conference, or you speak, we spoke and we exhibited, usually you get like a profile page, like an exhibitor page or a speaker page, or here's our exhibitors or here's our speakers. And that's an opportunity to get a link. You can see right here, they used functional medicine SEO. They linked over to our website. So the anchor text is functional medicine SEO, or company name, which links to our homepage, which is a great link. And so here's our exhibitor page. And then we got a backlink from the exhibitor page. So if you're doing any conferences or events, you definitely want to get links from those exhibitor pages or speaker pages. Let's talk about donations. If you're donating to a cause, and it doesn't need to be health related, it could be you donate to a cause for dogs or cats or horses or whatever, children or something. So any type of donation you get, typically there's like a sponsors page, and you get a backlink on the website of the organization, the cause. It's very common. Usually that's like a thank you, like they want to show who their sponsors are. And so typically you get a link. Sometimes it's just your logo that links to your website. That's perfectly fine. Doesn't need to be text, anchor text, give you a logo too. That's totally fine. Still a link. So if you're donating to any causes, make sure that you are getting you're getting a link back to your site. All right, let me go back to this so you guys can see what Kelly's writing. Okay. Associations. If you belong to any associations, typically you have like there's like a membership page or membership section, and usually they have the members. And I'll give you an example here. I don't know Amy, if you're on this webinar, hello, but I wanted to give you an example here. So this is IFM, which I'm sure most or all of you are familiar with. And so Amy is a part of this association, and you can see here's her information. And then if you go down here, there it is, a link to her website. Website is the anchor. That might be an image. No, it's text. Okay. So there she's getting a link from a very good authoritative domain, ifm.org, because she's a member. Okay. And so that's another way. If you belong to any associations, local chamber of commerce, any association like this, you want to make sure that you get a link back from the membership section. Pretty common. You probably don't have to ask. It's usually, that's like part of the deal. But just in case, I want to bring it to your attention. Okay. Guest posts. Let's see here. I found this one. I'm not affiliated with the site at all. I just wanted to give you an example. This is a site called Fresh NP, Fresh Nurse Practitioner.com. And so this person here, guest post is you're writing a blog for another blog. You're writing a blog post for another blog. Okay. And typically the part of that is you're giving them free content and they're giving you a backlink to their site, to your site. Let me show you what that looks like. So this woman wrote this blog post here. And if you scroll down, this takes time, of course, but these are really good backlinks because it's hard to do. You as the expert, offering your expertise to a blog, you're more than not, you're going to get a yes. And you can see here, Monica, she got this backlink here to her website. She wrote this piece of content and she got a little bio box here and a backlink to her site. Okay. So You can just do some Google searches looking for health related blogs, and then just offer your expertise and say, hey, I want to write a blog post on this topic. And, if they accept, and you get a backlink to your site. And so a lot of people will do they'll write blogs for their site, and then they'll carve out some blogs to give to other sites and use it as a guest post opportunity, like you see here. Okay, so those are guest posts. They're probably, though, they're the most labor. Well, I guess you could say conferences are the most labor intensive, but the guest posts, you have to write the content, you have to find a blog who will accept it. So it definitely takes time, but even if you got one a month, that's going to help your site's rankings for sure. Okay, so it's worth it in my opinion. All right, press releases. These are kind of back in the day, like PR Web and those companies. They were bigger for backlinks. I think they're still important, and I'll tell you why. I mean, you still get a backlink, and I'll show you. So we promote these webinars. Okay, so the one we did last month, you can see here. What is this? Let me get rid of that. Okay, you can see here. We did a press release. I like to use, what is going on here? Okay, there we go. I like to use EIN Presswire. There's a bunch out there. EIN Presswire. They distribute out to all the major networks. And you can see we did a blog post. I'm sorry, a press release about this. I use this functional medicine SEO. It links to our homepage. This is an external link. You can see we've got a sign up page going to our Zoom. And so, right here is the backlink, functional medicine SEO. Okay, so that helps a little bit. I mean, it's not like a huge link, but in my opinion, every little bit helps, and variety, helps too. So press release is just another different type of link to get. But also, this goes out to all the major news wires, and there's a chance that someone might see it, or a reporter or someone like that, and might want to link to it and share it with their audience. Okay, if I was doing a press release about a really good piece of content that I wrote, this is just like standard marketing, but like a perfect example here is if you write a really good blog post, okay, 2,000-3,000 words on like the best content you can share, that's probably going to get links naturally. And you could probably speed up the process by doing a press release on it. Okay, just announce it to the world, hoping that someone picks it up. And so this is a way to speed that up. And so that's another way that press releases can help you build links. All right, so let's talk about local directories. And actually, I'm going to send Keely all these links afterwards. So if you ask for this doc here, it's going to be in there. So don't feel like you have to write these URLs down. Okay, so here's an article from Search Engine Journal. So local directories, they can mean, or web directories, they can mean a lot of different things, but think of like Yelp, Manta, those types of sites. They are good because two reasons. They do give you a backlink, okay? But they also help your maps rankings, because some of these local directories where your name, your address, and your phone number. And if you've been on the first webinar for maps, you'll know what I'm talking about. But the name, address, phone number helps your maps ranking, helps your maps listing rank better. Okay. And then you also get a backlink because they always ask for your website, and they show the website, a clickable website on the listing. And so this resource here, it goes over, there's a bunch more than this. I just wanted to give you something that wasn't like 2,000 resources. I want to give you something that was like, short and sweet, so it wasn't overwhelming for you. If you scroll down all past this stuff here. Okay, so like best of the web, that's a paid web directory. About us, sort of like a web directory where you can create a profile about yourself and then link up to your site. I want to give you an example of like Google Business. Of course, you have a listing for your practice. And you have a link to your site, your social profiles, Bing Places, but your social media profiles, Twitter, Facebook. Those are all opportunities to add your website link. Here we go. Like Yelp, Foursquare, those are all like local directories where you have your name, address, and phone number, and your website. So it gives you a backlink. So we'll include this in there, but we'll include this in the document. But these are easier to get, but it's time consuming. You got to fill them out and stuff like that. But this is something you all can do on the call starting today. So just getting these web directories and these local directories, just put your information out there, telling everyone about you that you exist, and then you get a link in the process. Let me see if I have any. I think that was, the last thing I want to show, then we'll go to questions. We're at 12:20, so perfect. Oh, this was the donations. Yeah, donations, local events, sponsorships, all kind of the same thing. If you think like, okay, so like your local baseball team, like if you have like a son that plays baseball, and sometimes they ask for people to donate, like companies to donate or sponsor the team, and typically that town will have a website, and then you'll have your opportunity to get a link from that as a sponsor of the event. Here's Warrior Wellness Solutions. They were accepting donations. You can see right here, and you can see all the people that donated. And these are examples like Adventure Technology, links to their website. All these Cornell, Foundation Training, these are all sponsors, and they all got, here's some doctors, major donors. Here we go. Okay. functionalmedicinecoaching.org. She donated and she got a link to her site from this. And usually these types of sites are very authoritative, .orgs, and they've been around for a while and they're doing great things and stuff like that. You're giving back and you're getting a link in the process. It's all kind of just circle of life, I suppose, right? So that's it. I think I'm just gonna read my notes here, my tabs. We'll see if we have any questions. If we don't, no worries. And we'll give you back 9 minutes. Yeah, those are all the things. So go back to this here. Yeah, so link building, it's an important factor for Google. You want to be doing it. Gave you some ways that you can do it, some harder than others. Some of these things like donating and exhibiting and speaking, you might, or in joining associations, you might already be doing, and just make sure you're getting links from those resources. It's really important for your SEO, for your website rankings. Okay, let me see if we have any questions. It doesn't look like we do. I'll give it one more minute. Let me just see. No questions. Did I bore you to death, or did I answer every single, was I very detailed? I think I was very detailed. We went through a lot here. We covered why links are important, what links are, what anchor text is. You might be hearing that term a lot, what anchor text is, the different types of links that you can build. Oh, we have a question. Oh, chat is disabled. Chat is disabled, correct. If you have a question, you put it in the Q&A. Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, just like you did there, just like you chatted me this with the question, or the chat is disabled. That's how you ask questions. There's a Q&A button. And if you have a question, you put it right in there. No questions, LOL, she says. Okay. Okay, but Christina, thank you. Let me read this. And I've learned, I actually have to read the question so you guys know what's being asked. How do you make sure that the links are not competitors and it undermines your business directing them elsewhere? How do you make sure that the links are not your competitors? So are you talking about when you're linking out to, or when you're getting a link from a guest post? I mean, you have to do your research and find out where you're getting the resource, where you're getting the links from. So if you're pitching blogs that you're trying to get your article onto, yeah, you have to do your due diligence and make sure that you're not posting on a competitor. But it's pretty easy. Like you can tell just from looking at their website. But honestly, sometimes like you might be able to like hook up with a practitioner that is in a different specialty, different geography, and you might not compete. And he or she might want to create content for your blog, and then you write content for their blog. So you scratch their back, they scratch your back. And so there might be a way to coexist, even though you technically are in the same field, sort of, but you don't compete because you maybe only see patients in one state and they see patients in another state. And so there may still be a way to coexist. If you're submitting to like local directories and stuff like that, of course, your competitors are going to be there, but you have your own listing. So it doesn't matter if you're donating. I mean, you can see this one I shared here. Where is it? Yeah, like, I don't know if these people compete. I mean, but they're just donors. And so, you know, it doesn't matter. They're getting the link. And so it's fine. But okay. Let me see if I have any more questions. Did I answer your question, Christina? I feel like I kind of did, kind of didn't. It comes down to research. Okay. All right. Give one more minute for questions. I'll buy you some time right now and just tell you that Christina, yes, thanks. I'm in UK, so there are some differences. Okay. Okay. Well, if you just email me offline if you want to get more into detail about that. Ryan at functionalmedicineseo.com. We can go and we can dive deeper. Next workshop is going to be on content, how to create content, how to create SEO optimized content. Just try to give you as much information as we can in 30 minutes on how to create content that will rank, because blogs, at least right now, they rank very well in Google. Google's job is to answer questions, and blogs usually answer questions. And so if your blog answers a question and someone's doing a search for it, typically Google will show the blog. It's getting more and more. And so it makes their job easier. And so, but there's a way to write content, how to pick the topics, how to structure the blog, how to do like the internal links, how to do the keyword research. We'll just cover all that in the next webinar, number 5. Okay, I think we are good with the questions. Webinar number 4 in the books. Thank you for everyone for joining. We will announce when the next one is scheduled, which will be in January. Okay, take care. Happy holidays.